Hey everybody, looking at the Brownie Flash 620 by Kodak. This is new to me. Just looked really intriguing, and this one came with the massive flash unit that bolts on here. But it worked, but when I first got it, it had an issue with the shutter. When you pushed on it, it made a squeaking sound. And I'm sure that it was not operating at the correct speed. So I did a search online. I did find a nice video that's quite long about this camera, but it didn't really address lubrication or that squeaking sound. So I just dove into this one and wanted to check it out for myself. So I'm just going to pass along a few tips here that seem to work, and the camera is now operating. So I did take the front lens off. I didn't need to address this squeaking issue, but just so you know, there's a little notch here on the bottom, and you have to take a screwdriver in there, and unfortunately it is gonna mar up the finish a little. There's just no way around it. But the tabs are actually at the F and the 0, and then back here at the W. And to get this back in, you're going to have to put one of the tabs back in one of the slots, and then work your way around and push these tabs back into the slot. It's probably not going to be as tight as the original fit and finish, but it's really the only way to get at this lens, to clean both sides, and then to get at the movable close-up lens there. So you can get this side of it here, and then inside you have to set this on bulb, and then you have to pull this inside cover off here. So this just slides down in there. You'll see this in there. It'll be down in there like that. And you just grab this hole and just pull this up, kind of wiggle it, and then this will come out. And then you can put this on bulb, and then you can use a screwdriver to push this down here. And then get on the inside there. All you can do is just get it the best you can with a Q-tip in there. You're not going to be able to get the whole lens. But this is all press fit and riveted together. There's no way to get this out after this point. But the issue that I had was the mechanism here, which I'll zoom in on. There's a geared part of the shutter here, and then there's a gear here and a shaft, and this was squeaking. And then there's also a major pivot point over here, and the shutter was running slow. So what I use is this Spot On Gear Shield Versa oil. It's very, very fine synthetic. It's not going to ever gum up, and it has a small applicator in there. And so all you're going to want to do is just, if you have issues with this, is just put the smallest of drop on the gear there, and then just start, and then on the shaft here, and just start working the shutter. Put a small dot over here on this shaft and just start working this. If you do have a sticking problem, you're going to have to flood this area. Now, I lubricated this, and it actually, I think, dislodged some gumminess in there, and the shutter started to work very, very slow and wasn't even returning. So what I had to do was lay this down, and I basically flooded this pretty good with isopropyl in there. There's nothing in here that the isopropyl will hurt. So I just put that in there and started working the shutter like crazy, and it started to free up. It was still having a little bit of issue, and if you have that, what you can do, it's going to be difficult to show, but if you go in here and you can just very easily put a little pressure and bend this outer plate, bend this out to clear it from the shutter leaf that's behind there. So I just put a little bit of a tweak on that, and then all of a sudden it started to free up and start working normally. We'll put it back in instantaneous there. So that's how I got this thing working again. And very, very simple, but just put it back together here, get that lens on, and we'll give it a shot. So hope that helps you out if you're having some sticky or squeaky shutter issues on the Brownie Flash 620. Thanks for watching.